next one on the wheel. Spin, spin, spin. What do we hit? Bant Coco. So this is Bant Coco with the One Ring, of course, because why not? We are playing Delighted Halfling, despite the fact that the only legendary spell in the entire deck is the One Ring, because X1s are awful right now with Bowmasters running around everywhere. So what is the idea? What is this deck doing? So this deck is a Collected Company deck, and we are trying to get max value out of Collected Company. So we have, I believe it's how many creatures here? We have 4, 12, 28 Cocoable creatures, including Halfling, Wall of Omens, and Icefang Codal to draw cards. Skyclave Apparition to exile stuff. Glasspool Mimic, which is a land or a clone of one of our own creatures. Eternal Witness, which can get back Collected Company, among other things. And then we have, of course, the Eternal Witness Time Warp loop with either Ephemerate or Soul Herder. Soul Herder blinks a creature on the end step, and it gets +1 counters whenever a creature is exiled for any reason. So some of the things that trigger Soul Herder that you may not think about are Ephemerate does trigger the Soul Herder to get a +1 counter. Skyclave triggers it if you exile a creature. Solitude triggers it. Any exiling triggers it, and of course its own ability triggers it. And now I have taken the liberty of adding the One Ring into the deck, which means I have added my own spice of Voltaic Servant, which is a creature that on the end step untaps an artifact. So we can use Voltaic Servant to get more card draw out of the One Ring. But ultimately, the main game plan of the deck is to try to go infinite with the Time Warp Ewit loop. And then pretty stock mana base, we have a Manamo to untap the One Ring, but everything else is just Bant lands. Sideboard, this is kind of out of date. I tried to update it as much as possible. So there's 2 more Solitudes when you need a creature exile, Sanctifier Onvec for everything that's necessary for, 1 Barrington Forge Tender for red decks, Endurance for graveyard decks, Lavinia for Lavinia things. Knight of Autumn, even though Haywire Might is the creature that kills the One Ring right now, we're blinking stuff, so we want ETB triggers, which Knight of Autumn is the best for in this version. And then 1 copy of Venser Shaper Savant. Why is Venser in here? Well, if you get to the point where you have Ephemerates or Soul Herders, you can keep blinking Venser and bouncing your opponent's lands back to their hand. So that is pretty much the deck. Without further ado, let's jump into a league with Bant Coco. All right, on the play with Bant Coco, we have only 2 lands in there. We have 3 lands, but they're all blue, so let's mull this. All right, this is fine. What am I binning? I'm inclined to say Solitude. All right, so let's play Breeding Pool tapped, then pass. Steam Vents, Shock, Ragavan. This Wall of Omens is looking mighty fine now. They can have Blood Moon, so I'm going to fetch a basic Plains. Cast Wall of Omens, and we drew Halfling, pass the turn. Another fun thing about this deck is you get all of these 2 mana guys that draw cards that block Ragavan very nicely. Another Steam Vents, shocking in. Opponent plays Iteration. All right, so I'm probably just going to go Skyclave Eat this now. But maybe I don't even need to do that. Maybe I just go Wall Delighted Halfling. Yeah, that might be better. Yeah, let's do that. Wall... So now you definitely cannot attack through us, Ragavan. Draw another card, shock this in, play Delighted Halfling, pass the turn. So next turn, I get to play Urza's Saga. Oh, so they're probably Grinding Breach then? Emery. Grinding Station in the graveyard. All right, I'm glad I have Skyclave then. All right, land. Let's play Skyclave with this, and this. And let's eat the Emery, and then have mana up for Ephemerate. In case they... Well, I guess if they kill this, that's fine. So we're just going to Ephemerate something regardless. All right, Saga goes up to 2 counters. Flooded Strand. So we don't have to worry about Blood Moon anymore. All right, fetch. Grab Hallowed Fountain, shock. Ephemerate one of these walls. All right, it worked. We draw another card. It's another Skyclave. Upkeep, rebound the Ephemerate on the wall again to draw another card. We drew Glasspool, land. All right, so let's go Soul Herder. How much mana do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I can go Soul Herder, hold up Ephemerate to save it in case they try to kill it. And then, or I can just play Glasspool to copy it. I should probably try to save it with Ephemerate if possible. So let's go Soul Herder, tap, 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 then play a tap land, and then just pass it. And if they want to kill it, they got to do it now before the end step trigger. All right, they're not. So exile this one. Opponent makes a construct, fetches, gets Sacred Foundry tapped. All right, blink the wall, draw a card, yield to this. Soul Herder gets another counter. And then it's back to our opponent, who I imagine is going to make another Construct. And we have Ephemerate up either to save Soul Herder or to blink Skyclave in case we have to interact with their combo. Alright, they tap for mana. Grabbing Mox Amber, playing another Saga, playing 4 mana for the One Ring. Alright, the One Ring. It resolves. With the draw ability on the stack, let's Ephemerate Skyclave. Huzzah! So let's Skyclave. Alright, so target the ring, and then they do not get to draw a card. They get a 3/3 illusion. Ring resolves, no draw. Alright, back to us. Ephemerate Rebound. Probably just want to draw another card, so let's hit Wall of Omens. Draw a land. Soul Herder goes bigger. Man, we're not drawing much, are we? Alright, let's go Glasspool, copy Soul Herder. Cast this, blue, this one. Enter as a Soul Herder. And then probably, play a land. And then Skyclave one of these. I'm not sure which one, though. The Ragavan itself is kind of useless, so let's just grab the Amber. Hit the Amber. They have less mana now. They don't get an illusion either if this dies. And then I don't have any good attacks, so I will just go to my end step. All right, both of these go on the stack, so let's blink different walls. All right, wall, trigger, we get a Soul Herder, gets bigger. Use this one, trigger the walls. So many triggers on the stack. Draw another one, Glasspool Mimic. All right, Urza Saga goes off. We have no more interaction with them until the end step where I want to fetch, so. Opponent plays to Fairy. All right, that's fine. This is a 6/6 Soul Herder, so they probably want to get this off the board. Yeah, bounce Soul Herder back to hand, crack Scalding Tarn, then grab Steam Vents, shock it in, play Springleaf Drum. They have 3 cards left, but it appears they're not doing anything. So fetch, grabbing Temple Garden out of the deck, and then we have 2 Snow Forests remaining. So land, fetch, Snow Forest, Island. So let's grab Snow Forest, then let's just play Soul Herder, then let's play another Soul Herder, and then I do not have the mana to play Glasspool Mimic after that, so still no good attacks, so we'll just pass, and then go to the end step and blink a whole bunch of stuff. Alright, the Soul Herder triggers, so one of them blinks the wall, another one blinks the other wall, and then the last one blinks the Skyclave that's on 0. So use the ability, and then Skyclave, I guess I want to eat Drum probably to get them off of mana. So eat the Drum, then resolve all of these abilities. Alright, Drum is gone. Blink the wall, more triggers. Does anyone know if you can stack these faster? I know 7 is supposed to stack them, but it's just not doing it when I click it. Stack, stack, stack. Draw a Delighted Halfling Ring. Make the Soul Herders really big. All right, Urza Saga on 3 counters. Get Mox Amber. All right, they drew Breach, which means they can play Grinding Station, but then, and yeah, so the Breach back Grinding Station, and then they have the Amber to mill with. All right, just pass. So they win at this point, right? They can make red with the Amber every time they get it back, but they are missing blue for Oracle, so they need to have 2 different Ambers. Oh no, they have blue because of Teferi. So maybe I was supposed to exile Teferi last turn? Who can say? All right, I just want to know, are they winning with Grape Shot or Oracle? All right, so we lose that game. Let's see. Lavinia can stop 0-cost stuff from being cast. Knight of Autumn is definitely good. I guess Endurance is good too. Stops them on their combo turn. Let's see. I do have to cut a bunch of stuff. Probably Icefang Codals are not great. I guess I don't need so many Lavinias. Barrington Forge Tender is probably good. They have red removal. And then some of the more grindy stuff, like one of the Witnesses, one of the Rings. Definitely want to keep Skyclave in. I feel like I can just grind through them. So this kind of stuff is not relevant. It's just a matter of keeping them off their combo turns. So just like shave a bunch of stuff. All right, submit this. On the play, game 2, we have land, land, land. It's kind of slow. It just like doesn't have any good interaction. And then I don't have anything to set up into the Soul Herder or the Witness or Endurance on the next turn. I guess the turn they're ready to go off, I can probably flash Endurance in and then have Coco. Maybe this is a keep. It is kind of slow though. All right, I'm going to keep it. Let's just play Glasspool as a land and pass. Flooded Strand, fetch, shock, Ragavan. Well, that's a little annoying. All right, land go. Plays an island. We're going to get hit with this Ragavan, but that's okay. Ragavan trigger. What do they get? E-Witness, which they can't play. All right, fetch, end of turn, grabbing Temple Garden, untap, and then probably just hold up Endurance. Ooh, that's probably better. Skyclave this, just kill it immediately. They have mana up and didn't play anything, which is, I find suspicious. All right, I'm just going to hold Endurance up, pass the turn. All right, they did nothing. Ragavan attacks. Cast Endurance. Does this get countered? No, it doesn't. Shuffle your graveyard. Or bottom your graveyard, rather. Block. All right, looks like we got to pick off Ragavan. Then they play EI, exiling Mishra's Bauble, playing Scalding Tarn, shocking in Sacred Foundry, cast Bauble, using the treasure, playing Emery. All right, we're going to eat that for sure. Bauble-lust, Bauble Trigger. All right, play this, cast Skyclave. Oh, I need to have another white mana. All right, fetch, fetch Hallowed Fountain, shock Skyclave, eat Emery, then attack with Endurance, and pass it back. Opponent goes to 11. Play a land. Fetch with Tarn. 4 mana for the ring, probably. Yeah, there's the ring. All right, so I probably want to run out Soul Herder and eat the ring now. So land, just like to absolutely just get rid of it. So I can't attack them, so let's just go Halfling, Soul Herder, and then just go to the end step, blink this. Blink Skyclave, eat the ring. They get a 3/3 illusion, which we can block with Endurance, and then it's back to them. Urza Saga. Unholy Heat the Soul Herder. All right. 4 mana for a new ring. All right, a new ring. Draw a card. All right, let's just cast Company. We found a single Delighted Halfling. Yikes. All right. Well, shock this in, cast E-Witness, get back Coco, and pass back. So they draw more cards with the ring. Saga goes up to 2 counters. They are at 7. Draws more with the ring. Opponent plays EI. All right, if they're not committing more to the board, that is good for me. Emery in the exile. Plays another Urza Saga. Casts Mox Amber. 1 mana for Emery. They mill over some more stuff, Fury included. Ooh, Ephemerate. All right, well, let's just cast Company. Actually, let's see. They have 2 blockers, 3 blockers with the Construct token. All right, so yeah, tap colorless, tap green, tap blue. Or I guess I have plenty of white. Tap this one. Cast Company. Found Wall Skyclave. All right, so what are we exiling here? So the ring lets them keep drawing more cards. Emery plus Amber lets them combo off. I guess I can always Ephemerate to hit Breach if they cast that, or Grinding Station. So let's just hit the ring, then resolve these abilities, and draw with the wall. All right, we drew a land. Play the land. If I Ephemerate Ewit and get back Soul Herder, I do that right now. It's probably better to go Ephemerate Ewit, get back Coco. All right, pass it back to the opponent. Actually, should I attack with this Endurance and they make a Construct? Yeah, no, that's fine. Pass it back. All right, make a Construct. Opponent, Urza Sagas go off. I will not bother to fetch in response to this. If they want to get a Pithing Needle to stop my Flooded Strand, that's fine. Shadow Spear. They do have 7 cards in hand. Tapping 3 mana, play a Saga, another ring. All right. I think if they draw a card with this ring, that's fine. I'm just not going to go shields down until I know they can't combo this turn. Emery targeting Mishra's Bauble. Sure. Casting the Mishra's Bauble. Equip Shadow Spear to the Construct. All right. So they only have 2 mana left. They've played a land. Unless they're going to go like Amber into the combo, they would have to have like 2 Ambers to go off. They already have an Amber. All right. So at this point, I'm just going to Ephemerate Eternal Witness. Getting back Coco. Then let's fetch. Grabbing Island. Then cast Company. All right. So we can grab in. Oh, so they've played the ring this turn, right? So I can't Endurance them. So let's just grab Skyclave, Soul Herder. And then let's Skyclave, let's see, the ring. And then this is only 5 damage in. And we can actually block it. Or the alternative is I take Shadow Spear. It's a 4/4. Now that's fine. They can hit us with that if they want. Let's just take the ring. Yeah, they hit us for 5. We go to 6. That's fine. Ragavan. Bauble. All right, so these effects go off. Bauble resolves. Then we rebound onto Eternal Witness. Let's get back Ephemerate. And then the Soul Herder goes up a counter. We drew the ring ourselves, but that does not protect us from losing to their combo. So I just Ephemerate, Witness, get Company back, cast Company again, see what I hit. All right, Ephemerate here, get back Company, then cast Company. We got Skyclave, Glasspool. So what am I having Glasspool enters a copy of? I still can't target them, right? They still have that ring emblem from last turn. So I should just copy Soul Herder or Eternal Witness. No, just Soul Herder. And then Skyclave trigger, exiling Emery, I think, or the Mox Amber. The only thing in their graveyard they can play is Mishra's Bauble. All right, so get rid of Amber. And then they just have a 3/3 and Ragavan. I still feel like attacking them here is probably not correct. So let's just go to the end step and have 2 Soul Herder triggers. All right, one of them gets back Ewit. The other one gets... I can Skyclave and take Emery off the board, or I can just Wall of Omens. I probably want to get as much of their board off the field as possible, so let's hit this Skyclave. So let's resolve the ability. Exiling Emery. All right, resolve all of this stuff. Then resolve this one. Eternal Witness triggers. Get back Collected Company. And let's just Company right now. Oh, I guess it just phased right through our end step. All right, so I need to make sure to keep pauses on our end step. All right, both of the Sagas go off. I guess that's fine. All right, so there's another Amber. And if I remember correctly, the deck should only have 2 Ambers in it. Grinding Station. All right, they still need to have Breach. Red, colorless, Breach. All right, that resolves. I guess they can just go Mishra's Bauble, mill over and over and over, right? So I probably have to do it now. No, so these being in play is the problem. So Breach resolves. Grinding Station, mill. All right, now I'll respond to that. Coco. We just hit Wall of Omens, damn. I needed to hit Night of Autumn or, you know, something that would take them off this plan. Well, now we're dead. We don't have enough mana for Ephemerate. Right, they just need... So they can't tap for blue yet, but they can... All right, can they get out of this without the second blue? I guess no, they'll just mill until they hit Emery, right? And then they can just cast Emery and then this makes blue mana. Or they can just play Teferi. That works too. He could literally just bolt you twice and the game ends. Yeah, I can do that too. Yeah, sometimes Coco just screws you over. Basically, I needed to hit... I brought in Night of Autumns, so I could have hit Night. I could have hit Lavinia, which would have countered all of the free casts on the Amber. Could have found, like, Venser to maybe bounce something back to the turn. Or no, not Venser. So it needed to be Night of Autumn. Night of Autumn or Lavinia or Endurance. Any of those would have done it. All right, there's Oracle. GG. On to round number 2. All right, round 2 on the play. Let's see, 4 lands, Coco, Skyclave, Glasspool. This is pretty slow. It is a good hand, though, on the play. I will keep. All right, Flooded Strand, go. Opponent plays Verdant, Cracks, Overgrown Tomb. So in all likelihood, it's Yawgmoth. Thoughtseize. Well, now they'll take Coco. Yep. All right, fetch, grab Temple Garden. Could be a Jund deck as well, yeah. Well, we drew the ring. That's a pretty good card to draw as a follow-up. So just play Island and then go. This is only eye control, right? Yeah. Another Verdant, fetch, Shock and Stomping Ground. Okay, so it is Jund. Dash Ragavan. Hit us, exiling Coco. Ragavan bounce back to hand. All right, well, still can't do anything. So land, go. Thoughtseize us again. We lose the ring. And now they can, so they're Jund Saga, so they can keep dashing the Ragavan, so I can't even Skyclave it. All right, they exiled a Temple Garden. Oh, I can't even play the Skyclaves because I don't have double white. All right, now I have double white. So I guess I'm just shocking this in and I'm casting Skyclave and eating a treasure. All right, eat a treasure. Oh, no, I can't because it doesn't hit tokens. Well, I guess I'm just playing Skyclave as a blocker. Saga goes up to 2 counters. Plays Beseiju. Ragavan not dashing. All right, we're still drawing garbage, so let's just Skyclave this Ragavan. All right, eat the Ragavan. And then play a fetch land and pass. They make a Construct. Upkeep. Main phase, Saga trigger. Make a Construct. Fetch and response. Grabbing Temple Garden. No. Okay, not Temple Garden. Grabbing... We have green here. Let's grab more white. Hallowed Fountain. All right, what do they get? Probably Shadow Spear, I would imagine. Pyrite Spellbomb. All right, no blocks. Opponent plays Renin 6. Picks the Saga back up. All right, well, we continue to draw total garbage. So, Glasspool, and then we'll copy Skyclave and exile Renin 6. And then let's just play a land and then pass it back. What an unfortunate series of events this game has been. We had Coco and One Ring both Thoughtseized before we could do anything with them. All right, so I have to block. So let's block here, and then I'll be at 3, and I die to a Bolt. All right, block here as well. They can get a 1/1 illusion. I just need to draw something really good at this point. So pretty much Coco or Ring. Even the Ring doesn't really get me out of the situation. Goyf is a 5/6. All right, fetch. Get this tap land. Take my turn. We drew another land, so we just flooded out. On to game 2. All right, Jund Saga. Definitely Night of Autumn. What else? Solitude is actually decent in this matchup. So 2 of these. Cutting what? Icefang Codals are kind of bad here. Do I want Sanctifier? No. They have non-red removal as well with the Pyrite Spellbomb. Lavinia does nothing. Endurance takes Renin 6 off a thing for like 1 turn, but then they just get it back anyway. All right, this is probably fine. Maybe Venser is good too. What's my Coco hits? 4, 9, 24? No, 20, 27? What am I cutting if I play Venser? I'm cutting a Skyclave or a Glasspool Mimic or an Ewit or a Soul Herder. Nah, it's fine. I don't need Venser. All right, submit. On the play. All right, well, double Ephemerate with Wall of Omens and Soul Herder seems decent. Keep this. And then we'll Misty for a Temple Garden. Misty, pass. Blood Crypt, shock. Thought sees us. Yep, so there goes Wall of Omens. Fetch, Temple Garden, tapped, untapped. Well, play this tapped, pass the turn. Now we just have a Soul Herder that can't even blink anything. Verdant Catacombs, fetch. Forest, they're going to play Wrenn and 6, get the land back. I can't even run Soul Herder out onto the field with Wrenn and 6 around. There's Solitude, which I cannot do anything with yet, so let's just play Manamo, pass the turn, and then I probably will have to... I guess I'm hoping they play a creature that I can go Solitude, Ephemerate, eat it, and then try to kill Wrenn and 6 off. Ragavan, dashing. All right, Solitude, cast, exiling, yeah, Ephemerate, eat Ragavan, then Ephemerate the Solitude, and then we're going to lose both Ephemerates because I don't want to rebound this. Plays Shadow Spear. All right, do not cast. Combat, attack, Wrenn and 6, and then Night of Autumn, blow up the Saga, destroy artifact enchantment, blow this up, pass it back. Inquisition, taking our Soul Herder, killing Night of Autumn off. Plays a Haywire Mite, so now they have a blocker for Solitude. All right, Eternal Witness, so let's attack Wrenn and 6. Swing at Wrenn. Chump block with Haywire Mite. They're fetching now? Okay. Stomping Ground tapped. And then cast Eternal Witness. And then probably get back Soul Herder to keep the blinking going. All right, pass back to the opponent. 3 cards, active Wrenn and 6. They can get their Saga back or just shoot Eternal Witness. Okay, they get their Saga back. Play Saga. Casting, or no, getting Giganthan to hand. Passing back to us. All right, let's send both at Wrenn and 6 in case they have removal. Swing at Wrenn and 6. All right, Wrenn dies. Then let's just play Soul Herder, and hopefully this doesn't get killed. Go to my end step. Nope, it does get killed. All right, so next turn I can Glasspool onto the Ewit. Saga up to 2 counters. Unfortunately, they get to make double Constructs now. They still have 3 cards in hand, and they're not playing anything. All right, so if I attack and they make a Construct, then that's bad. So let's just go... Man, if I play Glasspool and they just exile and they just kill Ewit in response, that's also so bad, but what else am I going to do? So, cast Glasspool. Why do they have to have everything? All right, comes as a copy of Solitude. No reason to even attack. Play Halfling. I guess if I attack and they block, we trade, but then they have 1 less Construct in place, so I probably should just attack. Swing. Yeah, okay, so they're not blocking, and then they just make a Construct at end of turn. Then they make another Construct, fetch an artifact. They have 4 artifacts in play, and they get to Shadow Spear 1 of them. Yeah, Pyrite Spellbomb and Goyf, which is a 7/8. All right, can't block with the Pyrite in play. How are we being outground by Jund Saga? Because they literally just have like every single answer to our cards. All right, well, 1 ring is a really good draw. So, Halfling, this, keep white up, cast the ring. All right, draw a card. It's a land, so we'll just play that tapped. We also have a lot of life, so we get plenty of draws with the ring. Back to the opponent. They have 2 cards, and they're doing what? Shadow Spear onto Goyf, then just pass back to us. All right. Go to 26. We drew another ring. That's good. Draw some more cards. Halfling, land. Let's see. This is 8, 12, 16 damage. I can actually afford to take this, but I probably just don't want to. So let's just go Halfling, play another ring. This, actually, what am I doing? I should just Manamo this first, right? Yeah. Manamo this, tap for more. All right, and then play the ring. All right, new ring stays around. I haven't played a land, or I have played a land. Okay, so draw more cards with the ring, and then pass back to them. Ring is a messed up card. All right, so they've conceded to this. Going into game 3, I think I just stick with everything. I don't really want Endurance as a one-off effect for Wrenn and 6. This just seems fine. So yeah, I'll just run this back, I suppose. All right, game 3 on the draw. We have 2 lands, can't really play anything, need to mull. All right, hand is so much worse, like so incredibly worse. Cannot possibly keep this hand. Mull to 5. All right, keep this, and then just bin. Probably just keep like both Cocos, bin both of these. Even though that's so incredibly slow, but like Skyclave on the draw here is not going to be that good either. All right, get rid of both of these. Opponent, Verdant, not thought seizing us on turn 1 at least. Just play this tapped, pass it back. Opponent fetches a Blood Crypt in tapped. Opponent plays Urza Saga, and then does nothing. All right, well, we're doing nothing as well, so pass it back. Saga goes to 2 counters, plays a land. All right, still nothing happening, so let's fetch I need green, so let's fetch Temple Garden, pass it back to us. All right, well, I can play Ewit right now, but I probably should play something and not just play nothing. All right, fetch, grab Island, or no, grab Forest, I need double green, and then just witness back a land. It feels like it's better to do this than just passing without doing anything. They make a construct, Eternal Witness gets a land back, and then pass back to them. So we've both had pretty slow starts. All right, they make another construct and fetch what? Pirate Spellbomb, play a land. So the Ewit can die at any moment. I should probably Coco main phase. So fetch, maybe not. Okay, so anything that I hit with... So the only reason to do it main phase is to have Soul Herder triggers, but if I hit those, then they're just going to pop it with Spellbomb anyway. So I guess I just pass it back and then Coco instant speed. Opponent plays Urza's Saga. I think I should... Okay, so if I Coco in response to that and I hit Knight of Autumn, I can blow this up with the trigger on the stack. Is there going to be a better time to do this? If I hit Skyclave Apparition, I would like to actually hit something worthwhile. I do need to get rid of these construct tokens as well. All right, let's cast Coco. Well, we're getting a bunch of Eternal Witnesses. All right, grab Collected Company, grab a land, then the Saga resolves, plays Haywire Might, plays Mishra's Research Desk. All right, I probably have to chump now in order to not take so much damage. Block here, and then we go to 9. All right, back to us. We have Company again. Misty, fetch, grab the island, and then Company, this, and this. All right, those are cards. So draw with the wall, Skyclaving away what? The Pyrite, they can just sack till the end of your next turn. So I guess I just Skyclave Haywire Might, because they can always just sack these in response anyway. All right, hit that. Draw a card with the wall. What do we draw? Soul Herder. Can't play it. So play the Halfling. I'm not going to chump with this E-Witness, so let's just... All right, they're fetching into play Untapped Swamp. Casting Orcish Bowmasters. So they do have Bowmasters. All right, they hit Ewit now for some reason. Well, just pass it back. Why didn't they do that in response to Wall of Omens hitting the field? Opponent shocks in. So they still have Saga. They still have all these construct tokens. EE for 0 just to pump these up. Haywire Might. We have to block both of them. So what can I possibly company into that gets me out of this? So this can get killed at instant speed. So can the Skyclave. So next turn I'm 100% casting Coco, and then I don't want to lose the Halfling because I want more mana so I can play another card. So block with the wall and the... I probably just need to start Skyclaving stuff out of the way, if possible. So block here and here. No, that can't be right. This is a clone. Block here and here. Any blinking that I'm doing has to be at instant speed with Ephemerate. All right, block here and here. All right, damage. Our creatures die. They get to make another construct as well. All right, I drew wall, so Bowmasters is in play to fetch another forest. So what is the best way of doing this? If I Coco into X1 creatures, I want to have drawn first so that the Bowmasters can't ping them. So I guess I should play wall first. So fetch, grab the other basic forest, play the wall. We drew Halfling, Orcish Bowmasters trigger. They're shooting us, makes sense. And then... So the only reason to Collected Company, again, is Soul Herder, but they can just pop anything with the Soul Herder with Pyrite. So unless I hit double Soul Herder is the only way that makes sense, and I already have a Soul Herder in my hand. All right, let's just go Company, this, and this. We hit 1 Soul Herder and no other creature. All right, so now they can just pop this, and then I have to... And then I'm dead, yeah. All right, they got it. Woe, the agony of Company. All right, round 3. The deck feels good. It just feels like I'm getting bricked on Coco too much. On the play, opponent reveals Gigantha. We have only 1 land, mulligan. All right, keep this and putting back what? Not a land, not Halfling. So I guess Ephemerate. If I want to play a turn 2 Skyclave, I have to fetch green-white, but that takes me off of blue. All right, so let's fetch Temple Garden. Then cast Halfling. All right, opponent, Black Cleave. Bolts are Halfling, sure. Just play this tapped then, and go ahead. So probably against... Oh, so we're playing Gigantha, so it's probably Shadow then. All right, well, I'm not running Skyclave into a board with nothing on it, so just pass the turn. Opponent fetches, probably flashing in Bowmasters. Watery Grave, shock. Flashes and Bowmasters. That's another thing with Bowmasters is like, why does it have to have flash? Like, I understand why, but seriously, does it have to have flash? Ragavan. All right, let's just try to company on their upkeep. To sell packs? Yeah. One ring wasn't enough. All right, cast company. Double Soul Herder or Witness Soul Herder. Okay, Witness Soul Herder. And then Witness back company. Plays a Scalding Tarn. I do not actually have any good blocks here. I guess I'm going to... Do I want to trade with Ragavan on the Witness? Yeah, I guess so. Block here. We go to 12. Ragavan is at least dead. Back to us. If they have another Bowmasters, I imagine they would have just flashed it in on that turn. So let's just company again now. We hit one Skyclave, sure. Exile Bowmasters. Triggering Soul Herder. I can't attack because if they can remove Skyclaves, then they can just trade with it. Well, if you have Bowmasters... Okay, no. Kolaghan's Command. Why didn't they do that last turn? Kolaghan's kill, discard. I guess we'll discard Skyclave. Fetch. All right, play this tap land, and then go. Well, when Ring gets banned, they still want to make money off Lauder. Got to have a good backup card. Yeah. I'm just waiting for... At some point, someone's going to figure out that you can wheel with Bowmasters to deal people 7 and make a 7/7 token. So we're going to start seeing that BS as well at some point. All right, Ragavan, no dash, no attacks, back to us. Bauble trigger. All right, probably best to just cast Coco. Cast Company. They fetch in response. Get a Steam Vent. They have Spell Pierce. All right, pass the turn. Wheel of Fate with Electro Dominance and Dreadhorde Arcanist. Cast a Bauble. Bauble, Expressive Iteration again. Thoughtseize. So now they're going to Thoughtseize us and take, I guess, Wall of Omens. There goes the wall. Drown in the Loch our guy. Bauble. Yeah, so just everything. Just kill our whole board. All right, yep. They hit us. What does Ragavan exile? So that just leaves us with Glasspool, and we have to draw some random card off the top. Bauble. Then 2 different Bauble triggers go on the stack. All right, we drew Codal. I'm going to cast it now. So this one, and then this is our only blue source at the moment. Draw a card. Draw Manamo. All right, play Manamo, pass. No, I guess I should... No, I should copy the Codal. All right, copy Codal. Draw a card. Well, we drew Ephemerate. That's pretty good. So pass it back. And then I can trade with Ragavan, and any removal spell I can respond to by Ephemerating. Casts Bowmasters. Bowmasters targets this one. Ephemerate this one. Copy the Codal. Draw a card. And then the Bowmasters triggers again, so it gets to kill something anyway. That's another thing with Bowmasters. Like, does it have to trigger every single time? Like, can't it just make the token bigger? Does it have to ping on every single one? Block Ragavan. We're at 5. Ephemerate rebounds on nothing. Ooh, the ring, but with Bowmasters in play. All right, so let's just go ring. Then we're going to just draw a bunch of cards, I guess. Spell Pierce? All right, pay for the ring. Or pay for Spell Pierce. All right, the ring. Pass the turn to them. I guess I haven't played a land this turn, right? So if I drew a land, I'd play it. All right, ring, pass the turn to them. I do not quite have enough mana to go Ewit into Company, but I do have enough mana to go Ewit into Skyclave. There's a land, so now I do have enough to go Ewit into Company. I do need to get this Bowmasters off the board, though. They only have 1 card, so if I can just kill this now and draw cards, I'm more likely to be able to get out of it, but that does put... So if I fetch... Actually, I don't need to fetch if I do it that way. So I go Witness, Skyclave, kill this, and then draw 2 more. Next turn, go to 2, and then I have to find another ring. All right, Witness, this one, this one, this one. Get back the Skyclave, cast the Skyclave, then kill off Bowmasters, then play a land, and then I'm going to stop them in their upkeep so that I can try to draw before they draw another Bowmasters. Opponent casts, terminate. All right, I'll draw now then. Wait, so am I just dead? I have to chump here, and then I take 4 damage and die? Yeah, okay, I'm dead. All right, Death Shadow. Sanctifier Onvec. They can't kill that. Burnt and Forge Tender, also good. Solitude's probably useful because I need to kill the Bowmasters. What is not good? Any X1s that just die to Bowmasters. I'm cutting creatures, so I probably need to cut at least 1 Ephemerate. And then 2 more. Soul Herders, again, are X1s. And then 1 of the Ewits. How many creatures does that leave me with? 4, 9... So 21, 25 Coco hits. That's acceptable. All right, submit that. On the play. Well, this hand gets royally screwed by Thoughtseize, but what are you going to do? Keep Forest, Halfling, pass the turn. Opponent fetches, gets a Steam Vent, bolts the Halfling, that's fine. All right, so now I just go fetch land, pass. Opponent plays Ragavan, not dashing it. Interesting. All right, fetch. I guess they know we have Codal in the deck, so they may not want to just jam it into Codal. We have plenty of white mana, so I do want to have a second white in case I draw like a Skyclave or something, though. So let's grab Hallowed Fountain. All right, back to us. All right, Wall of Omens is good. Play wall. Opponent fetches Watery Grave. Tapped. Trigger the wall, draw a card. We drew the ring. Let's play this tapped. Pass the turn. So ring next turn. Opponent plays Drown in the Lock on our wall. Ragavan hits us. Sanctifier on Vec. We just exiled. That would have been useful. All right, well, they're representing Spell Pierce, but what are you going to do? Jam the ring into it. All right, it resolved. So now let's stop on their upkeep before they can draw Bowmasters. Draw. All right, drawing Coco's pretty good too. We also have Solitude. All right, ring. I'm just casting one or the other of these ones, so let's just pass without drawing anything with the ring yet. Opponent fetches, gets a mountain, bolts us. That's fine. Casts Snapcaster Mage? Sure. So they're going to go Snap Bolt? Sure. All right, I'm going to flash Solitude in here, so I'm going to draw first in case they Bowmasters in response so that they can't kill Solitude. All right, cast Solitude. Actually, let's see. I can Coco and I can evoke Solitude. Which one is better? It's probably better to just cast Solitude. All right, cast Solitude. How do they have a response to this? Dress down. All right. I was thinking I was playing around Drown in the Lock, but I guess I'm not. All right, so I'm just going to block Ragavan. We're taking so much damage from the ring as well. EI. So if I'd companied, they would have dressed down in response to that, but I could have still gotten 2 creatures. Snapcaster Mage and exile. Fetch. Shock. They're just going to run out Snapcaster now? I guess, yeah, they're just going to run out Snapcaster now. All right, take a bunch more damage with the ring. We have to draw another ring, or else we're just going to lose. So draw. That is not a ring. So I can Time Warp myself and then try to draw more. All right, fetch a island, play Time Warp, play Delighted Halfling, and now we have to draw a ring. Ring takes us to 2, draw, failed to hit a ring. How can I draw another card? I have the mana to do what? I can also potentially Solitude one of my own creatures, but that also requires me to draw more cards. Yikes, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana. So let's say I go Ewit back, Solitude. All right, I can play Eternal Witness and Soul Herder and Ephemerate, right? So this is Witness mana, then there's Soul Herder mana, and then I have Ephemerate, right? So then I go get Solitude back, and then I cast Solitude. Then I Ephemerate Solitude. So the first Solitude exiles one of their Snapcaster Mages. Then Ephemerate comes back. The Soul Herder is 2 counters up. And then I go to 3. So I gain 3, I go to 5. I guess I can do it all in end step as well, right? So I can Soul Herder, so I can go, okay, Witness, get back Solitude, Soul Herder, go to end step. Soul Herder blinks Eternal Witness. Soul Herder has 2 counters on it. Flash in Solitude. Solitude exiles Snapcaster Mage. Exile, that puts a 3rd counter on Soul Herder. Ephemerate the Solitude. Exiling, so Ephemerate Solitude, that triggers it again. Soul Herder goes up to 4 counters. Then the Solitude returns. I exile Soul Herder. I gain 4 life up to 6. I have 2 blockers for the Snapcaster Mage. I'm at 6 life. The ring takes me to 2 next turn. So if they don't have a bolt, I can survive. All right. That seems better than just trying to blind draw with Wall of Omens. So, oh no, but I have to tap the Halfling to do it. So that's going to leave me with Solitude and Soul Herder in play. So I have 2 blockers. Okay, so Eternal Witness. Eternal Witness gets back Solitude. Then cast Soul Herder. Then play a tap land. Then go to my end step. Soul Herder trigger, blink Eternal Witness. Use the ability. Auto yield to this and get Time Warp back. Always yield to this one. Then evoke Solitude. Exiling Wall of Omens. Solitude hits the field. Exile. I guess I can exile my Halfling for even more life, right? No, but I need to get rid of some of their creatures as well. Or I can get rid of my own Witness. That takes me to 4. I need to get rid of their creatures now. So hit Snapcaster Mage. Resolve this ability. Snapcaster goes away, and then Ephemerate Solitude. Then use the ability, gain some life back, and then we're finished. Okay. Clean up, discard a Halfling. All right. Opponent has to not have Bolt. Cast Snapcaster. Yeah, all right. Snapcaster Mage, they have a Bolt in their graveyard. So what can I do here? I need to stop on my own upkeep. Ugh. All right. And then they bolt us. Ooh, I can rebound the Ephemerate on Solitude to gain some more life. All right. So ring trigger, resolve rebound, rebound on Solitude. exile E-Witness, go up to 5. Then I can go down to 1. All right, main phase. They have Bowmaster's mana. I don't think they have it. Let's see, I can Witness back Ephemerate. What does that do for me? The ring just needs to get off the field, so I need to find a new ring. So let's draw with the ring. All right, we found a new ring. So play the new ring. Make this uncounterable. New ring. Keep the new ring. And now what to do from here? Probably just cast Time Warp, take another turn. I'm out of mana for Time Warp. All right, so play this tapped. And then just Coco. I'm at 1. So Bowmasters kills me. Bowmasters does not kill me right now because I'm emblemed. So let's just Coco now. Opponent has Spell Pierce, sure. All right, play to land, pass the turn. Discarding a land, discarding another land, discarding another land. All right, bought some time. We're on the knife's edge right now. Opponent plays Ragavan, just passes it back to us. Ring trigger, no damage. All right, if they can't kill us here, then I can Time Warp Ewit Loop and then win the game. Opponent has Colligan's Command to do 2 to us. So even Ephemerating eating the halfling doesn't survive. So I have to company into something bigger that I can gain life from. So company, tap, 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 and tap. All right, Skyclave is bigger, so let's just hit 2 Skyclaves. This one on Ragavan, this one on Snapcaster Mage, and then before these abilities go off, so this one is there, Ephemerate on Solitude, eat, which one's targeting which one? This one's targeting that one, so eat this. Then resolve Skyclave, resolve this Skyclave, and then Colligan's Command resolves. I don't need double Sanctifier, so let's discard that. All right, narrowly avoided dying again. What now? Witness back Ephemerate? Witness back Ephemerate. And then I'll pass the turn. All right, back to us. Ephemerate Rebound. Hanging on for dear life, yeah. Rebound this Ephemerate. Get the Ewit. Ewit trigger, get Ephemerate back. They have Orcish Bowmasters. Okay, they're going to target us, right? Targeting us. In response, Ephemerate Solitude. Exile Skyclave. You can have a 1/1 illusion. Then all the abilities go off. We go to 2. Then I get Ephemerate back. And now it's not our upkeep anymore. And then let's Time Warp ourselves. Then Ephemerate, Eternal Witness. No, let's just not do that. Let's go Sanctifier. And then take our extra turn. Get back this. Hit E-Witness. Get back Time Warp. All right, now we got to win with the clock. All right, Time Warp. Let's stop being on upkeep here. No attacks yet. Time Warp. Then let's cast Company. Grabbing Skyclave. How did I not grab the other Skyclave? All right, well, eat Bowmasters. Play this tapped. Take my next turn. Always yield to this. All right, Soul Herder. Cast Ephemerate here. Get back Ephemerate. Then Ephemerate here. Get back Time Warp. Time Warp us. Go to my end step. Soul Herder, target Solitude. Use the ability. Solitude, exile Snapcaster Mage. All this goes on the stack. Ephemerate Witness. Get back Ephemerate. Then Ephemerate the Witness again. Get back Time Warp. All right, and then Ephemerate on... So let's make sure to cast Time Warp. Then Glasspool Mimic. Copy Solitude. Solitude the token. Then Ephemerate this Solitude. Choosing Solitude again. Then eat the token. And then go to attacks. Swing, 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 swing. Opponent's at 1. All right, take our next turn. All right, combat. Swing. Oh my gosh, we got there. But that was only game 2 of 3. So now we only have 2 minutes left on the clock, and now we're going to clock out. What's the best way to sideboard so that I don't clock out? It's got to be an early, like, Ephemerate beat with Venser, probably. Endurance is a bigger creature than normal. I can't do the Time Warp loop. I'll never finish the game fast enough, which means I don't want the ring at all. I just need to go hard beat down as fast as possible. Means these walls are not going to help. Knight of Autumns are 4/3s. All right, submit this. That's fine, I guess. Opponent plays a land. All right, play this, go. Shock and Steam Vents. Fetch Temple Garden. All right, play a land, go. Opponent fetches. Tapped. Shocks into Steam Vents. Plays DRC. Cast Codal. All right, go to combat, attack with Codal. Play a land, pass. Opponent bolts us. Or bolts Codal, that's fine. All right, I need to get Hallowed Fountain. No, I need to grab another Temple Garden. All right, Temple Garden, Shock, cast Endurance. Opponent has Drown, sure. Take 1 going to 15. Go to our turn. Play this as a land. Play Burnt and Forge Tender. Pass. All right, cast Solitude, exiling Soul Herder. Exile Dragon Rage. Ephemerate this. Opponent casts Kolaghan's Command. Sack, choosing Kolaghan's. Discard Coco. Resolve the rebound. Choose nothing. All right, take our turn. No rebound on this. Land, company. Get Soul Herder, Endurance. Endurance U. Any order. Endurance U. Okay. Swing. Oh my gosh. All right. Blink this. Use the ability. Choose nothing. Always yield here. Always yield here. 12 seconds left on the clock. Opponent has 4 cards. Plays Drown in the Lock on Endurance. Sure. Our turn. Attack. Swing, swing. Cast Sanctifier. We have literally 1 second. Yep, and then we clock out. 0-3. On to round number 4. All right. This hand looks perfectly fine. We're on the draw. Keep. Opponent plays Overgrown Tomb, Shock, and then does nothing. All right. Play a land, pass. Cast. Oh, Cycling Generous Ascent. So they're. Wait. Living End with Overgrown Tomb? Breeding Pool. All right. Okay. Fetch. Temple Garden. Just play another. I need to ensure that I hit the 4th land, so I'm going to play this as a land. Pass it back. Cycling Generous Ascent again. Stomping Ground entered the revealed zone. So it's Curator. So it's Living End, but with off-color shock lands. Okay. Shocks in Stomping Ground. Shardless Agent. Put a bunch of stuff into play. Yep. So I'm doing what next turn? Skyclaving the Curator. And then just getting smashed for 12. So this... Oh, now I draw Solitude. All right. Well, fetch. Grab the Plains. Skyclave. Eat Curator of Mysteries. And then pass. And then probably evoking Solitude to kill one of these Ents. All right. They swing out. Evoke Solitude. Eat an Ent. And then I'm not going to block anything. So I will take 7 down to 11. Plays another land. Fetches. Watery Grave untapped. Plays Grief Hardcast. All right, so they'll take one of our 2 rings. All right, land, fetch. Go grab the forest, play the ring. And they have Force Negation. So pass it back to the opponent. And now I do what? Chump the Ent. Chump the Ent, take 5, go to 5. All right, block here. Back to us. We drew Soul Herder. Let's play Wall of Omens. Draw a card. We only get 2 blockers. We're dead. All right, Living End. Endurance, Sanctifier Onvec, Lavinia, Venser, Solitude. Skyclave is mostly garbage. All of these cycling creatures are all mostly garbage. If I'm taking out all of that, Cocos are also gone. Let's see. How many actual hits do we have left after all that? So put these back, and then none of these are hits. So we have 27 hits. That's actually decent. So put the Cocos back in. All right, submit that. On the play against Living End, I have 2 lands, one of which is a basic island, so I can't play Sanctifier, so mulligan. Wow, this is also bad. I guess I have Minamo in the ring, and I can kind of ramp into it, so I will keep this and put back... Oh, what? I guess So if I draw another white source, I can play Sanctifier. I cannot bin any of my lands. I can bin one of the 2 halflings. All right, let's bin one of the 2 halflings. All right, shock, play halfling. Go ahead. Opponent griefs us. All right. Well, there goes the ring. No, they're taking Sanctifier Onvec? Really? All right. I thought for sure they would take the ring. We drew a land. So I need to get Temple Garden. So let's just play this land, attack with the halfling, and then we'll just fetch on their end step. Opponent cracks Misty, shocks in Breeding Pool, cycles Oliphant, plays Stomping Ground tapped. All right, fetch, get Temple Garden. All right, let's play the ring. Play the ring. Draw with the ring. Ooh, we drew Endurance. Excellent. Pass the turn. Opponent cycles Troll of Khazad-dûm. Finds Watery Grave. Okay, so that's why they're playing the off-color black lands, so they can cycle Troll and find them. Shocks in a Watery Grave. Back to our turn. Ring triggers. Drew Coco. That's nice. All right, draw more cards with the ring, I guess. Opponent is going to cast Violent Outburst. Sure. Then I'm going to cast I'm going to evoke Endurance. All right, target you. Let's float this, because this halfling's going to die. All right, this comes back. We get our Sanctifier and our Endurance back. I'm not going to target anyone with this Endurance. And then Outburst resolves. Then draw from the ring. And then I'm just going to Coco now. Ewit. Okay. In the order, Ewit, get back Coco. Other Ewit, get back the land. And then I'll just play the land and pass, holding up Ephemerate at the ready for this Endurance. All right, so we have multiple pieces of Graveyard Hate along with a 9 power board and the ring. Pretty sure they lose. Cycle Oliphant. Finding Steam Vents. Plays the Steam Vents, tapped. All right, so let's just fetch a Shockland now. The other Hallowed Fountain. Take our turn, take 2 from the ring. All right, go to attacks, swing with everything. Play a land and then just hold up Coco plus Ephemerate. Opponent shardless, sure. They cast Living End to wipe our board, that's fine. We get a halfling back, play a land. All right, cast Company. Just a Glasspool Mimic, eh? All right, copy this. Any order, let's just draw with the ring. And we drew 3 lands with the ring. All right then. Take 3, go to 10. Solitude. Opponent's at 5. All right, draw some more cards. Let's play a new ring. So, uncounterable ring. Keep the new ring so we don't die to the life loss. And then let's just play Sanctifier on Vic. Play a tap land. And then pass. Discard a land. Opponent plays Otawara. Casts another Shardless. All right, that doesn't really make any sense to me because I'm going to get way better board back than what they have. I guess they can just opt not to cast Living End, right? Okay, yeah, so they're just playing a Shardless as a 2/2. All right, let's just cast Solitude, kill one of the Shardlesses. I will perfectly happy to trade with a Shardless with this Sanctifier. All right, trade off. Let's go grab the basic planes, play a new Sanctifier, and pass it back. So they've lost already. It's just going to take a while to get there. I guess I actually do have 7 power in play, right? Opponent hard casts Generous Ent. Very well. Draw with the ring. Minamo, untap the ring. Draw with the ring again. All right, go to our turn. Trigger ring, we go to 7. Cast a new Solitude. Kill the Ent. Play another Halfling. Play a tap land. Then go to combat. Swing everything. All right, they're at 5. Opponent plays a land. Fetches, down to 4. Gets a gets an Overgrown Tomb and shocks it in. Casts Grief. Okay, sure. So they just they know they're going to die, so they're just looking at our hand for more information. All right, game 3. I guess this is probably still all fine. Yep, submit this back. While we wait for the next game, I'll just remind you all that these leagues are being covered by Collector Legion. So if you'd like Magic singles, sealed product, accessories, or other card games, you can get them at collectorlegion.com. And if you do decide to make a purchase from their website, please leave them a comment letting them know so they know that you found them through these streams. All right, we only have 1 land. Well, we have 2 lands kind of, but ultimately not keepable. Also not keepable. All right, we have Endurance, so keep this. I'm going to keep all 3 lands. I'm going to put back, gosh, I don't know. I have to leave a green card in my hand, so I guess the Ring and Witness. All right, opponent shocks in a Breeding Pool and then passes to us. Well, I will shock in a Breeding Pool, but I will cast Delighted Halfling. Delighted Halfling. Opponent cycles a Generous Ent on end step. Gets a Stomping Ground. Plays the Stomping Ground, shocked in. And it looks like they're just passing it back. So, alright, let's just play a land and pass the turn. Holding up Endurance. Opponent cycles Waker of Waves. Puts Shardless Agent in the graveyard. Opponent plays a 3rd land. Griefs us. I'm going to let that resolve and then respond to the trigger. Fetch, shock in a Temple Garden, cast Endurance. All right, target them, and then they're going to take our Coco away. Opponent is responding with Violent Outburst. Yep, so we lose our Coco, and we're down to 3 mana, and we have to deal with all of this in play. I guess I could have, evoked Endurance, and then I would have at least gotten an Endurance back here, but that still wouldn't be good enough for this. All right, we've drawn a land, so play this tapped, and then pass, and then we're going to take a lot, 14. We're going to be at 1 life, and then I can't even fetch next turn. So yeah, we're dead. Yeah, well, that's that. All right, we're on the draw at round 5. Land, Wall of Omens, solid payoffs. We just have to hit another land, basically. All right, keep. Opponent, Polluted Delta. All right, let's go Windswept Heath, pass. Opponent fetches Island. All right, I'm going to fetch now, grabbing Temple Garden. The reason I'm fetching now is because I've actually seen the blue-black control deck play Shadow of Doubt. So if this is blue-black control, which it's looking like it is, I want to fetch now. All right, shock this in, cast Wall of Omens, drawing a land, passing the turn. Plays a Swamp, and then passes it back to us. All right, so if I just run Soul Herder out here, it's susceptible to Bowmasters. But if I don't play this, if I play this as a land, then I do nothing this turn. I guess I can Ephemerate this wall. All right, play this tapped, pass. I guess if I'm going to Ephemerate it no matter what, I should do it now just in case the 1 card I draw is Delighted Halfling. All right, Ephemerate this. Fatal Push, sure. Plays Prismatic Vista, fetches. All right, we're in for a very, very long game. 1 ring. I could exile it back, or I could just play my own 1 ring. Let's just play my own 1 ring. And of course, they have the Force. All right. And now we play the Snowballing Ring game. Otawara, and then they've drawn a bunch of cards, passing it. If I try to resolve the ring again, I'm jamming it into counter spells, but what else are you going to do? I guess I can Coco on their turn, and then, yeah, okay, I'm going to Coco on their turn, and then it at least forces them to pay some amount of mana to try to counter it. All right, Coco. Counterspell. Yep, opponent is playing something. All right, we've drawn still not a land, so I'm going to just try to jam the ring into play. Spell Pierce, sure. Passing it back. Opponent flashes and Dress Down. All right, they're at 10, but it doesn't matter because they're going to draw into another ring and it won't be a problem. Or Shieldred, one of those. Another ring. Dress Down goes away. Clean up. They're discarding Push Shieldred's Edict. We've drawn still not another land. All right, attempt to cast Skyclave. Opponent fetches. Grabs an island. Snapcaster Mage. What are they snapcasting? Oh, they're just going to get Fatal Push, and then when I go to exile their ring, then they'll Fatal Push and they'll have a 4/4. Yeah. All right, well, I guess I'm just going to hit Snapcaster then, even though, yes, the ring draws them a million cards, but we'll just do this instead. Fatal Push. They get a 2/2. Draw with the ring. They're at 8. Playing Shieldred. All right, I'm going to try to Solitude this. Exile, I guess, Soul Herder probably. Solitude, is this good? No, they have another counter. All right, I'm done with this. Game 2. All right, Control. Lavinia in play can make Force of Negation uncastable at pitch speed. Venser. Solitude to eat Shieldred. So what's bad? The Wall of Omens really don't do anything. Skyclaves, I need to eat the ring and Shieldred. And Karn, I assume they're playing that too. What's our Cocoable creature count at? 4, 11, 25. So that's still fine, but I will have to cut more things. All right, this is overboarding, and then I will cut one of the 2 companies, or one of the 4 companies. All right, submit this. On the play, we only have 1 land, mulligan. We still only have 1 land, mulligan. All right, keep, throw back, 2 cards, yikes. I guess a land and one of the witnesses. So this one and this one. All right, shock in Temple Garden, cast Delighted Halfling, pass the turn. Prismatic Vista fetch, get a swamp, push our guy. We drew a Venser, play a land, pass. Polluted Delta, all right, fetch, Breeding Pool, untap. We didn't draw a land, so pass it back. Opponent flashes in Bowmasters. 3 mana for Unmoored Ego, sure. So they name the ring, they're gonna take the ring out of our hand. The Bowmaster will trigger because we'll draw a card from that. And then we get attacked, and then we take 4 and go to 12. All right, still haven't drawn a land, play Lavinia, and pass it back. Plays a tapped Hall of Storm Giants. Shieldred's Edict kills Lavinia. Then we take another 3 down to 9. All right, shock, cast Eternal Witness, get a land back, then pass the turn. Opponent casts another Edict. We go to 4. All right, so land, I guess stop on their upkeep. No, not stop on their upkeep. All right, pass to them. If the Fencer doesn't resolve, then we just lose. All right, fetch, grab a Plains, cast Venser. And it gets Subtletied. All right. What a disaster. So I feel like the deck is better than how it performed. If I recall from those games, we got Coco bricked like 3 times over the course of the leagues. And by bricked, I mean it hit like 1 creature that didn't do anything. We mulled to 5 or 4 multiple times. So yeah, I think the deck is better than how it actually showed there. I never actually got to do this Voltaic Servant ring thing. That's a shame. Overall, if you're looking to play Bant Company, this is a fine deck.